Muslim Degeneration and Its Only Remedy by Alana Ehtesham ul Hasan Kandhalvi, translated by Malik Haq Nawaz. Author's Preface. For the high devotion, keenness, and dedication of the Maulana Muhammad Ilyas, Rahmata Alayh, and also due to the deep eagerness shown by many other learned and pious dignitaries among the Muslimin, an organized work is currently in progress for the propagation of Islam and the Islamic way of life. This fact is known to the most of the well-informed Muslimin of this period. Although an unworthy being for the high mission, I have been commanded by the distinguished gentleman referred to above to write an account of this work, so as to bring out clearly the special features of tabligh, preaching, as to highlight the intense need for this, the supreme Islamic activity at this critical time, so that as many Muslimin as possible are able to understand and benefit from what is going on. In obedience to their command, I have set out to gather in this booklet a few thoughts and ideas which are mere drops in the ocean of knowledge and wisdom possessed by the above-mentioned personalities. The collection really amounts to a handful of petals from the vast garden from the teachings of Islam, which I have hurriedly picked up for the presentation to the readers. There may be mistakes and omissions in the presentation, for which I beg my readers to make allowance and request them to be so kind as to amend or correct those mistakes if necessary, and thereby earn my thankfulness. It's my earnest supplication that God, all's beneath him, and he is the high, by his special favor and kindness, for the sake of the noble personalities connected with this work, may forgive me my sins and not uncover my misdeeds. He may graciously enable us all to lead a pious and virtuous life. May he bestow upon all of us the wealth of his own love and grant us the approval to follow his own chosen faith of Islam. May he give us the power to propagate Islam in strict obedience and loyalty to his dearest and most distinguished Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad Ehtesham ul Hasan, in the 18th of Rabi al-Thani in 1358. And as I record this, it's the 2nd of the first month of 1442. And continuing with the Arabic from the conclusion narration of the virtues of Ramadan. Agliq abwab al-jahim anna sa'imina min ummatin Ahmada sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ya Jibrila ahbit ilal ard fasfid mawradata shayatina wangullahum bi'aglale thumma akdhifhum fil bahari hatta la yufsidu ala ummate Muhammadan Habibi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Siyamahum qala yaqulullahu azza wa jalla fi kala laylatin min shahri ramadana namunadan yunadi thalatha maratin hal min sa'ilin fa'u'ta'ahu sulahu hal min ta'ibin fa'atuba alayhi hal min mustagfirin faghfira lahu man Rendul Malia Gairal Adume Wal Wafe Gaira Olome Qala Walallahe Azza wa Jalla Fi Kulle Yamin Min Shahre Ramadana in Al-Iftare Al-Ful Al-Fe Atiqe Minna Nare Kuluhum Qad Ist Tau Jabu Naru Fa'adha Kana Akhiru Yame Min Shahre Ramadana A'taqallahu Min Dhalikal Yamil Biqadre Wa A'taqa Min Awale Shahre Illa Akhire Illa Kanat. And I don't know what Ridwan is supposed to mean exactly, and I don't know what Muthira is supposed to mean exactly, but the point is that there's a change that happens in Ramadan, a change that happens in the Night of Power. And one of the changes is that the temptation from metaphysical beings stops. It's all you now. Whatever you've been programmed, and you're trying to reprogram yourself, obviously. Laylatul Qadr Yamarullahu Azza wa Jalla Jibra'ila Fiyahbitu Fi Kabkabatin Minal Malaikate Wa Ma'ahum Lewa'un Akdaru Fiyarkuzu Lewa Allah Rahrel Ka'abate Wallahu Me'atu Janahan Minha Janahane La Yanshuruhuma Illa Fi Tilka Laylate Fayanshuruhuma Fi Tilkal Laylate Fayujawizul Mashriqa Ilal Maghribe Fayahudu Jibrailu alayhi salamu malaikata fi hadhihi laylati fayusallimuna ala kulli qa'imin wa qa'idin wa musallin wa dhakirin wa yusafihunahum wa yuwamminuna ala ru'aihim hatta yatlu'u fajru fa'idha ta'la'a fajru yunadi Jibrailu ma'ashiral malaikate rahila Yaqulu ya Jibrila faman sana'alahu fi hawa ijja mu'minina min ummatin Ahmada sallallahu alayhi wa sallama fayaqulu nahlarallahu yahim fi hadhihi laylati fa'afa anhum ila arba'atan faqulna ya Rasulallah man hum qala rajulun mudminu kamrin wa akun liwalidayhi wa qati'u rahimin wa mushahinun qulna ya Rasulallah mal mushahinu qala huwal musawrimu fa'idha kanat laylatul fitre sumbiyat tilkal laylatul jabur zate fa'idha kanat Ladatul fitre ba'athallahu azza wa jallal malaikata bikule beladin fayahbetuna ilal arde fayakumuna ala afwahel senkake fayunaduna besautin yasma'u man khalaqallahu azza wa jalla ilal janna wal insa yaquluna ya ummata Muhammadin akhruju ila rabbin karimin yu'ati. And like not so much in other nights, greater to the extent of other nights, that these light beings will respond to our worship, and they'll do their own thing, by the command of God, of course. And the green flag on top of the Kaaba, the green flag, of course, representing Islam itself, the nature, because being upon your nature, your true nature, not necessarily what you've convinced yourself and programmed yourself into, but your true nature. Al jazila wa ya'afu anil azime fa'idha barazu illa musallamhum fayaqulu lahu azza wa jalla wal malaikete wa jazaul ajire idha amilla amalahu qala fataqulu malaikatu ilahuna wa sayyiduna jazauhu an tuwafiyahu ajrahu qala fayaqulu fa inni ushhiduhum ya malaikati anni qad ja'altu thawabahum min siyamihim shahra ramadana wa qiyamihim ridai wa maghfirati wa yaqulu ya ibade saluni fawaizati wa jalali la tas'aluni ala yamma shay'an fi jam'ikum li akhiratikum ila ataitukum wala li dunyakum illa nathartu lakum fawaizati la asturanna alaikum atharatikum ma raqabtu muni wa izati wa jalali la uzikum wa la ufdehukum baina ashabe hudude wa wan sarifu maghfuran lakum qad ardaitu muni wa raditu ankum fatafrahul malaikatu wa tastabshiru bima yu'ati lahu azza wa jalla hadhil ummata idha aftaru min shahri Ramadan. And obviously the coming of the months and all that are essential to regard the coming of events in months. But think of, okay, obedience comes first, but it's a symbol, right? So the cube in Mecca is a symbol, cubes and squares, and is a symbol of the mental construction of consciousness. So, confirming of keeping it real. But to which are spread out on this night only. Okay, the faithful ones. So just like the talk about Abrahamic covenants and all that sort of thing, the faithful ones will, of course, have something different in their situation than those who aren't, but were given the opportunity. There's no obedience to anybody in disobedience of God, so of course that doesn't mean that, for example, some people will try to, well, when I'm by myself, I try to make my prayers an hour long, and my parents try to get me to do things for them. It's like, well, okay, maybe you're not praying for 5 hours a day or something. You tend to your parents. That's a very rewarding thing. But even when things are over with, even when Ramadan's over with, just like there's special blessings for the holidays, there's also the importance of continuing yourself. Okay, what's happening on the spiritual realms, but in your physical and mental processes, you're continuing Ramadan. And in terms of worthiness, I'll talk about that in terms of the preface there. You are worthy of whatever you're capable of doing. Your mental and physical faculties are there because you're worthy of whatever application that you can rightfully do with them. Now, if you have the ability to claim stuff that's not true, that doesn't mean I'm saying to claim that, or such things.